Lovell. I played football at a professional level in England and Scotland. The Players' Union has helped me throughout my career, and now I'm making this video with FIFPro to encourage other players to join their local association or union. We talk to players at all stages in their careers about why their local association is so important. Mark Schwarzer is an Australian international and has played in the English Premier League for over 10 years.
I play in the English Premier League for Fulham, and I also play for the Australian national team, the Socceroos. I'm actually a member of two players' associations. One's the English PFA and the Australian PFA. Players' Union adds not only legal support but also support to players' contractual positions. They can act as agents. They're also looking at the welfare of players as a whole in the league, making sure that clubs are paying their wages on time, and if not, being able to represent the players as one, to represent all the players collectively rather than as individuals, to be one voice and one force in dealing with any sort of issues that go on in the various leagues around the world.
We spoke to some of the players who helped run the English Union, the PFA.
Of course, I'm talking from experience with the PFA in England, but for anywhere in the world, in Europe, or, South America, Africa, establishing a football union, a sporting union, is imperative for young players as they go through their careers.
Any dispute you have with your club, management, anything like that, you know you're going to have the full support of the union behind you.
You know, that support system is massive. I mean, I can speak from experience because my dad used to be a professional at Sheffield United, and he finished through injury, and he was struggling with a particularly bad knee, and the PFA were there, I mean, even though he'd sort of retired in the 70s, they paid for a couple of operations to make his life a bit more comfortable.
Advice, whether it's to do with contracts, whether it's to do with financial advice, or just general footballing advice.
If it comes to that day when, they haven't got a football club to go to and they don't know what the next step is, the PFA is a phone call away, and the people here just give marvellous advice.
Evan Berger is a young player at the start of his career in Australia.
For a young player, obviously individual protection and advice. Coming in as a young player, you could be a bit naive, and clubs and agents could take advantage of you. So it's just nice to have an organisation there that you can lean back on, fall back on, and help you out with that. Also dealing with your contracts with your current club and dodgy agents and stuff like that. It's a big help having that resource and not having to worry about not knowing what to do.
Argentinian international Franco Costanzo plays in the Swiss Super League.
Sí, como tú lo has dicho, yo creo que siempre
I
es
believe it
importante.
is always important to be represented, and the fact there is a players' union is important for any problem that might come up with the club or any other problem that might arise. So I think it's important that all players are represented by the union.
Estén representados por esta unión.
Many top players are members of player unions. Didier Drogba is another world-class footballer who supports players' unions.
Une association de joueurs, c'est quelque chose de très important pour les joueurs, effectivement, dans la mesure.
A players' union is very important because it helps defend and accompany players throughout their career, and especially helps protect their rights and prepare for their career after they stop playing. It's important to have an association like this, like the French Players' Union. It helps a lot. For instance, in Africa, there are often disputes with agents and clubs. It is very important to have people around the players who can help them handle their career and help improve their conditions.
De bien gérer la carrière du joueur.
Kolo Toure plays in the English Premier League, and he also supports the development of the Players' Union back in the Ivory Coast, where he started his career.
I started playing in the Ivory Coast. It was very difficult, and unfortunately at that time we didn't have the union. Now that this union has been formed, it's important to belong to it.
What can you bring to the union?
As I said before, it's to show solidarity with my brothers and my fellow players who play in the Ivory Coast, who don't have the opportunity to earn large incomes.
We've heard from players across the world who benefit from belonging to their Players' Union, helping them at all stages of their career and working to get a better deal for all professional footballers. Join our team and find out about your Players' Union or Players' Association today.